Hello and welcome back to another video. Today is Friday, May 2nd, and I am currently 2 sleeps away from my second ever half marathon race. I started running at the start of last year and I kind of threw myself straight in the deep end and I signed myself up straight away for a half marathon. We're now a year on and I am running the exact same race in 2 days' time, and I don't know, I feel like I'm actually feeling so much more nervous for this one than I felt for my first one. And partly I think that's because I'm putting so much pressure on myself to try and get my time goal. And I'm gonna put this out in the universe, but I want to get a sub 2. That is what I want. I'm trying not to psych myself up too much about it because I do feel like when you have a good, like a high expectation and you don't meet that goal, it can be detrimental. So that's what I'm hoping for. I am putting that out into the universe, but if I don't get it, it is what it is. But I'm really hoping that I do. Last year, I made this exact same video and I took you guys along with the week leading up to race day and then on the race itself. So I thought I would do the exact same this year and see how far I've come basically in the last year. Now, I have been planning to do some runs this week, but I don't know what the hell is going on in Sydney at the minute. The weather has been atrocious. Actually, I've also had the flu. So I've had the flu and the weather's been atrocious. So I haven't actually done any runs this week, which is probably not ideal. And also probably why I'm feeling a little bit more stressed this year than I did last year, because I definitely am not as well prepared. But you would assume being keyword here, that my fitness has improved since a whole year ago. Like I said, today is Friday and I'm gonna go out and do a little 5K shakeout, super easy paced run. It's actually just stopped raining, literally for the first time in about a week. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it does stay that way. It's also freezing now in Sydney. That's why I'm in a hoodie. I don't know what has gone on this week, but everything has just significantly changed. Just under 1K in and it started to rain. So I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to film because of rain. It's getting kind of heavy, to be honest. So I'm gonna try and keep my heart rate under 160. Halfway in, I wouldn't even say break from the rain because it's still raining, but it's been like torrentially raining, hence me being soaked. But I'm actually finding this really therapeutic. I'm having a really good time and I don't know why, but I am feeling like this is a good vibe, which makes me feel a little bit more positive about race day. The one problem is, because it's obviously raining quite a lot, I'm keeping my phone in my bag, which means that I can't keep an eye on my heart rate. So I'm having to just sort of trust my gut, trust my instincts. But also it's probably increased right now because whenever I talk, my heart rate increases. So anyway, phone away and I'll catch you guys at the end. And that is my final run before race day completed. Thank goodness I wore my old trainers because they were soaking, like they're actually drenched through, which means had I have worn my actual usual running trainers, they would have been ruined for a race day. Like I would have been running in wet trainers. But I'm so happy that that run went well. Like I said, I had to have my phone away for like the majority of the time, so my heart rate ended up being 163, which is only just slightly over what I wanted it to be. But it still kind of amazes me that I can actually run and maintain near enough to zone 2 heart rate, because when I first started to run, I could barely even walk, to be honest, in a zone 2 heart rate. Like I was so unfit and so unhealthy. Like it's kind of crazy to see just how much I have progressed over this year. Do you know what, let's actually just talk about this for a second. This is where I think that my stress is coming from for race day. Last year I finished the Hoka half marathon in 2 hours and 9 minutes, which I was so happy with. I was so proud of myself. I felt like that was a really good time. And like looking back on it, my average speed I think was like 6 minutes per kilometer, and I thought that was really great. I think where I'm getting in my head this year is that I don't know how fast I can actually run for a prolonged period of time. And I think that's what I'm psyching myself up about. But then I think, okay, well last year, I probably didn't actually think I could sustain that pace for 21Ks, and I did. But now this year I'm feeling like I can't sustain that pace for 21Ks. And I guess I won't really know for sure until after the race. So I'm psyching myself up, and I know this is so stupid, but part of me just thinks like, how embarrassing will it be if I do worse and get a worse time, or I just don't get my sub 2. And even like saying that out loud, like that's such a horrendous mindset, because Me 2 years ago couldn't even run 100 meters, and now I'm complaining about not being fast enough and doing 21 kilometers. So I think I just need to get out of my own head. I'm way in too deep in my own head. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling because I want to stop thinking about it. I want to just have like a very chill weekend. I'm gonna start carb loading tonight. I mean, I've kind of been carb loading for the last few days, but we're gonna probably start carb loading tonight. So I'm gonna have lots and lots of pasta for dinner tonight. Tomorrow I have to go pick up my race bib and get myself all prepared for the race. And then of course Sunday is the big day. So I'm gonna leave this video here for now, and I will touch base with you tomorrow. Good morning, guys. One more sleep for race day. I woke up this morning absolutely starving. I've had 2 bagels for breakfast, which is actually kind of good because I'm really gonna try and up the carbs today. But I've encountered a little bit of a problem, and that is that my legs are sore from yesterday's run. That was a really slow-paced, easy run. I don't understand how my legs are sore. I guess it's actually probably just to do with the fact that I hadn't ran in close to a week. But that's not ideal for race day because I wanted to feel completely fresh. So I'm gonna have to massage gun my legs and kind of just hope that the pain goes away, to be honest. I mean, look, it's not that bad, but obviously they usually say that day 2 is the worst and day 1 is today, so day 2 is gonna be race day. So that is not ideal at all. Today I need to go and pick up my race bib, so that's kind of exciting. They actually changed the course this year very slightly, so the pickup for race bibs is in the Domain. So I've got to head down to the Domain today to go get my bib, and Imogen's going to come with me actually, so we're going to go together and go get that sorted. And then I probably need to just start getting prepared for tomorrow. So I need to pick out my outfit, I need to decide what I'm bringing with me, like get some gels, all of those fun things. But yes, first things first, massage gun and pray, and fingers crossed, and you guys pray for me that my muscle pain goes away. I have made it to the Domain, made a rookie mistake and walked across the grass, and obviously it's, like I said, it's been torrentially raining here, and now I'm covered in mud. My shoes are ruined, my leggings have got mud all over them, so love that. But just about to go and meet Imogen and get my race bib. Thank you.
Yep. F1.
We finished up at the Domain. Imogen and I actually ended up just kind of having a little wander around the shops, but I kind of want to get a new race top for tomorrow, or top to race in tomorrow. So I went into Cotton On and they actually didn't have the style that I wanted. So I'm going to go to another Cotton On closer to home and hopefully I can find what I'm looking for. Quick check-in, I did not end up buying a new top. I was on the bus home and I actually thought, you know what, I actually don't need a new top, and I've been trying to be good with not wasting money, so I am just going to wear something that I already have. But firstly, we're on the pasta. Also, everyone finds, when I tell people that I eat this meal, they think it's so strange, but it's just pasta with butter and ham. And it's just like my comfort meal. It's something that my mum used to make for me, even my nana used to make for me like as a kid, and it's just like my comfort meal, and it's always my go-to meal when I don't know what else I'm gonna cook. And I always have it when Stephen's away because he doesn't like it, so I just have it for myself. But I thought I would show you guys what I got in the little setup. The setup this year was so much better than the setup last year. I mean, they weren't giving out like that many free things, but here's my little number. Then they were giving out a couple like little small freebies. So I've got a little miniature sun cream by this brand called Avene. I won this headband, which I literally will probably never wear in my whole life, but I won that headband from a brand called Soundcore. Then a gel. As we know, we never try new gels on race day, so that will not be getting tried tomorrow. This little cinnamon scroll bite, which sounds delicious. I love cinnamon. I love cinnamon flavored things, and that is right up my street. Although usually these little like grain bars I don't tend to like I'm actually reading the ingredients now. I don't like shredded coconut. Never tried dates or raisins, but I don't know if I like them. So, and it's actually only got 2% cinnamon, so we'll see. We'll give it a go. Not tomorrow though. And then a can of Celsius. So I was actually thinking maybe I'll have this as my, oh my god, I don't know if you guys can hear that. There are so many cars beeping their horns outside my building. I might have this tomorrow as my energy drink, but then I'm also thinking this is also something new. I have had Celsius before, but not this particular one. So maybe I will stick to my regular energy drink that I know that I like. So I do need to go back to the supermarket today because I Need to buy some breakfast for tomorrow. I'm thinking bagels and a banana. And I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner yet tonight. Steven actually gets back from his trip this evening, so he'll be here to have dinner, so we'll get something together. But exciting times, very, very, very exciting times. I am trying to get myself a little bit organized for the morning, so I'm picking out my race day outfit. This is actually so boring, and I kind of wished I wasn't wearing an all black outfit, but all of my white stuff is currently drying, so if it's dry tomorrow I might be able to wear it. But I'm gonna wear my good old trusted Gymshark sports bra, this cotton on tank to just go over the top, and then these Lululemon shorts. These are actually so good because they have so many pockets. Then I am thinking I will wear my heart rate monitor, and I'm actually going to use this instead of a belt this year. I'm gonna wear, this is actually, I bought this for the triathlon because your bib number just like clips onto these little clippy thingies at the front here, and then it's got all of these little loops, I guess, that your gels can go in, but also those shorts have enough pockets so all the gels can just go in the pocket, so it's all good. I am going to bring 4 gels with me. These are actually the only brand of gels I've ever tried, these Winners ones. And I like them, they work for me. So I'm gonna bring 4 of those. I think I've learned that sweets actually don't agree with me when I exercise. So I'm not gonna take any sweets with me, I'm just gonna have 4 gels. I don't even know if I'll need 4 gels, but always better just to have more, just in case. Part of me wants to wear my hair like half up, half down, so it's like kind of cuter than normal, but I've never run with my hair like that, and it irritates the hell out of me when my hair touches any part of my body, to be honest. So that actually probably won't happen. It'll probably just be a little slick back pony. But anyway, my start time for tomorrow is 7:49 a.m. I'm a little bit worried in terms of like being cold before I actually start running, because I think I'm going to be going up on my own, and I don't want to like wear a jumper or something and then have to chuck it out for the race. So I think I'm just going to have to wear those bits and just pray, fingers crossed, that I won't be cold. Steven is back now from his trip, so he's actually just out on a run now, so once he gets back we're gonna go to the supermarket and get dinner, and I'll get some bagels for breakfast, and then it's gonna be race day. I think I'm gonna leave the vlog here for this evening, and I will touch base with you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. It is race day. It is currently 6:10 in the morning on Sunday, the 4th of May, 2025. And today I am doing my second ever half marathon race. I'm speaking quietly because Steven is still asleep and I don't want to wake him up, but I'm up bright and early because I've got to eat my breakfast, drinking my electrolytes, and I'm trying to decide if I want to drink an energy drink or if I think that's a bad idea. I can't decide. Part of me wants to drink one, but part of me is also feeling like I'm quite nervous already, so like, do I need one? And then it makes me worried about, will I need the bathroom after leaving the house? I have to leave at about 6:45, which will get me to the city for like 7:10, and then I start running at 7:50, so it gives me like half an hour, 40 minutes-ish when I get to the city. So it does give me time to use the toilet, but you also then have to use a portaloo, which, you know, not that keen on, but yeah. Gonna fuel. I'm actually not even hungry. We ended up having a big dinner last night, and I had loads of sweet potatoes. I'm actually really full, but, you know, need the energy. Just waiting for the bus. I am starting to get nervous, guys. I'm like pacing because I have so many nerves. I'm kind of happy that I didn't end up drinking the energy drink, because I definitely would just be conscious that I would need to pee before the race. The bus is delayed though, so that's not ideal, but it should hopefully be here in a couple of minutes, and then heading to the domain, and then hopefully it'll be like 20-30 minutes until we start the race. I was talking to my dad yesterday. My dad, by the way, if you guys didn't know or haven't watched any of my videos before, is like a serious runner. Like, he has done a lot of races. He's done the race in the Sahara Desert where you do like, I think it's 6 marathons in 5 days or 5 marathons in 6 days or something like that. He does a lot of ultras. He does a lot of like 100 milers, 100Ks. And I was laughing because yesterday I was talking to him and I was saying, oh yeah, like I'm stressed about getting my sub 2 for my half marathon. And he's in Wales at the minute training for a 103-kilometer race. So yeah, we do the same sport, but we're in different leagues. But I guess he's maybe one of the reasons why I kind of started running as well, because he does do all of these amazing things, and I would love to be able to do some of them with him. But he was telling me, don't try to do negative splits, just try to keep this even-ish pace throughout. But basically there's like 3 kilometers kind of right towards the end of the race that is uphill. So he said maybe try go off a little bit faster at the start so that by the time you get to the hills, you've got time to spare for going up a little bit slower. Heading to the start line. The actual queue, there was no queue for the toilets, so I got here super early in preparation for that, and I literally just walked straight into one. So I've got about 20 minutes now till the race starts. One K, 2Ks, 3Ks, 4Ks, 5Ks, 6Ks, 7Ks, 8Ks, 9Ks, 10Ks done, 11Ks, 12Ks, 13Ks, 14Ks, 15Ks, 16, 17Ks, 18, 19, 20Ks, 1 to go. Finish. I am absolutely dead. Finished. I am finished. I am going to do a full race debrief, to go through my times, tell you guys how I did and everything like that. But first, I am so hungry. So Stephen and I are going to go out for a roast dinner. So that first, and then we'll come home and I'll debrief. Dare I say it, but we are a few days later. It is currently Tuesday, so we are 2 days post half marathon, and guys, I haven't been able to walk for the last 48 hours pretty much. Yesterday, I was in another level of pain. Today, I'm actually not too bad. The only thing that's kind of sore still is my right calf. My quads are like a little bit, but like completely manageable. But yesterday, I was like having to brace my weight every time I tried to sit down, like it was one of those sorts of things. But I am so happy. So I haven't even actually told you guys my time yet. I mean, if you watch my TikToks or any of my shorts, you'll already know, but I did get a PB and I did get a sub 2, and oh, it was just the best feeling. Still didn't get a runner's high, I will say that. Still didn't have the runner's high, but I basically got to around 16-ish Ks. And if you're familiar with the course, 16 Ks is where everything starts going, I was going to say going downhill, but it actually literally goes uphill for about 4 Ks and it sucks. It sucks so much. I hate running up hills. It was already hot by that stage. You're already tired, and it's, like I said, pretty much, I mean, it's not exactly 4 Ks of uphill, but more or less for 4 Ks you're struggling. And I got to that stage about 16, and I knew that I could get sub 2. I don't know what's going on at the minute. The drivers on my road are so aggressive. Apologies for the beeping. I knew if I pushed, if I kept going, I could get the sub 2, and that was like the motivation and the drive. I had it in me. Every time I thought, oh, I want a walking break, I thought, no, if I take a walking break, there's a chance that I will like just miss the sub 2. And I think it's like that just missing that's almost like the worst place to be, because you'd be so annoyed with yourself. But I finished in a time of 1 hour and 58 minutes. Now I will preface this. That is my Strava time. So that is my dead on 21.1 Ks. The actual race, I feel like, went on for a little bit longer, like maybe like 21.5, 21.6 maybe. But I really just wanted the sub 2 on my Strava. So I did turn my Strava off at that stage. But my official race time, if you do want to go by that, is 2:01. But I don't want to go by that one. I want to go by the sub 2. So I'm going to go by the sub 2. I'm not a professional runner, so it really doesn't matter what my official time versus Strava time is, because I'm not trying to win and I'm not trying to qualify for anything. So I'm taking the 158. One thing I would say is, because last year, when I finished last year, and I finished in about 2:09 or something last year, I came home and I remember sitting on my sofa and feeling like really disappointed in myself. I was trying to think whether disappointed is the right word, but it is. Feeling really disappointed in myself and thinking that there were times that I could have pushed a little harder. There are times when I probably shouldn't have walked, where I could have kept going, and I left that race feeling really disappointed. And I spoke to my dad last year after the race, and I explained to him, and I was like, is this normal? Because this is my first ever race. I didn't know if that's like a normal feeling that most people have. And he was like, yeah, that's so normal. People experience that. Like, don't worry about it. That's just part of racing. This year, when I raced, there were two things that I kept thinking to myself. One was how I felt last year and how I felt really disappointed in myself. And I thought I need to give it all. Every time that I think I need to slow down or I think I need to stop, remember how I felt last year and think, do I want to feel like that again, or can I keep pushing through? And that massively helped me. The second thing that got me through is this statement by David Goggins. And I actually don't know if this is like a scientific fact or whether he just said this, but he basically said that when you feel like you need to give up and your body cannot take any more, you're actually only at 40% like capacity, is that the right word? And actually you still have 60% left to give. So those were the two things I kept just telling myself over and over and over every time I felt like I was really struggling. And I'm just so happy. I am happy it's over, not gonna lie, but now it's like straight onto marathon training. So it's actually like one thing to the next. I think I might do the race again next year. I mean, it really does. The course kind of does suck because those hills are killer, but there were hills that I managed to run up this year that last year I ended up walking up. So that definitely feels like a ton better. And my splits this year were way better. Like I managed to more or less keep a pretty even split right up until the end where the hills came, and then I dropped down a little bit. There is actually one thing though I wanted to show you guys, and it is the chafe that I have on my legs. Those Lululemon shorts, cannot wear them for long distance. I actually chafed in a lot of places this time round. I'll show you the chafe on my legs because it's really bad, but I also chafed from my heart rate monitor, and I also chafed on one of my boobs, which I've like never chafed that before, so that was a new experience for me. That was only a little one, and the chest monitor was only a little one, but let me show you my legs. Right, I'm trying to do this without flashing, but yeah, look, this is one of my thighs. Look how sore that is, and bearing in mind this is like 2 days after, so I guess it started to scab now. And this is the other leg. I mean, luckily it actually didn't really hurt that much when I was racing, but I think that was just the adrenaline. But pretty much as soon as I finished racing, I could tell that I was chafing. So those shorts have not been chafe approved by me. Still on the hunt. So if you guys have any recommendations of shorts I can try, otherwise I'm actually just gonna have to wear leggings. And I don't know what it is about not wanting to wear leggings, but I think I'm actually just gonna have to go down that path. Anyway, that is enough rambling. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this video because you're about to race a half marathon, I wish you the best of luck. Enjoy it, have fun, just go with the vibes, and keep that thought in your head when you're ready to give up that your body's only at 40%. You've still got a whole nother 60% to give. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want more videos, and I will see you next week.